Most people want what is called happiness. Basically, a state of being where you don't feel pain, where you don't feel your regrets, your shame, where life just feels peaceful and holy. But I'll tell you something. Usually, when you think about awakening in somebody that is learning more about themselves and self improvement, you think that the person is just love and light, is just blissful, is basically a monk that is walking towards this beautiful flower enlightenment process. But I do not believe that enlightenment, the awakening process, knowing yourself to the core and also being a better person, it's about being love and light, positive thinking all the time. I do believe that the most important work to achieve this place of wholeness, that whenever life throws you a challenge, you know how to receive it and make it better, is a path that goes opposite from love and light. It's a path of facing your demon. Acknowledging your dark side brings your life to wholeness. There is no light without shadow. There is no psych wholeness without imperfection. You will never become enlightened by just thinking about light. You definitely become enlightened when you meet with your dark side. And there's another side. If you feel like your life is being really overwhelming, sad, tense, there's a lot of bumps in the road, it's definitely because if being yourself is like a car, the one that is driving right now is your darker side. It is what is called by Carl Jung, your shadow. But how did we came into this point of having a shadow, and do all human beings have shadow? It's everyone a little bit evil? Do they all have that little demon in their shoulders? What that really means? Well, everyone carries a shadow, because to live in the society that we create, we kind of were forced to create a persona. Persona is nothing more than a mask, a social mask that you carry. Is a persona that answers whenever somebody stops you and say, hey, how are you? And you say, oh, good, thanks. The good thanks, just to keep things positive and not being truly honest, is that face social mask that we wear just so you can appear more likable to others and to survive socially. This one side of living, just showing your positive, good smile, being this good person, just creates a split between you. Your shadow gets shut down inside of you. You see, the other day I had a fight with my partner, but right after I had a party to attend. I had a group of friends having a dinner and we were invited to go together. But because we had a fight, I was so embarrassed of appearing there without my partner, and I didn't want to hide. I want to be true and honest with my friends and tell what happened. I didn't want to look at them and just pretend that everything was good. But that was never a thing that happened, because I always wanted to show a good image, just to say that everything was fine. And when I was driving the car there and thinking with myself, I was, wow, universe created this opportunity for me to be really true and honest with my shadow, to have the chance to be vulnerable with myself and to be there with my friends in a situation that I was not having the best day ever. Our shadow is often mistaken by evil, and whenever we ignore or misunderstood, it's there when it becomes hostile. But it has the pure gold for our psychological insights. It's there where it's hiding all the secrets to help you understand more about yourself, where that's waiting to be integrated to our personality, because it will always follow you. It's exactly as the name say, is a shadow. The shadow is something that follows you no matter where you go. To go against your shadow is just to be against yourself. And the persona that we carry socially is hiding all your traumas, past memories, and all your defects. Carrying a persona for too long will allow other people to drive your life, because you're basically living to please others, not to please yourself. Let's say you go through a really uncomfortable situation around your group of friends. You have two options. One, embrace your shadow and communicate aloud that you are not comfortable, not happy with the situation that was going on, because your anger was giving you a signal that something was stepping out of your boundaries. Or two, you carry your persona, you give a big smile and say, that was fine, don't worry, it's good. This is a clear example of shutting down your shadow and just covering it up just to please others. And the more I've been studying about that, I've been noticing how the persona acts in so many layers of my life. The other day, I was just on the gym, I forgot my water bottle, I had to come in, and I noticed my voice tone whenever I'm asking for someone to do something that I feel like I'm gonna make them uncomfortable. I just go to this really low pitch and say, hey, please, can you open for me? And I was thinking, why do I make myself so not like myself? Just all around this persona to please others, and maybe this other person not even care to just press a button and open the gym back so I can get my water bottle. And now that you understand the importance of a shadow and understanding that everybody carries a shadow within, how do you work with it? How do you integrate? How do you do what's called shadow work? So now I'm gonna share with you 4 tips on how can you integrate your shadow and you become the one driving the car instead of having shadow and persona being in the front seat taking the whole lead. The first way that you can notice your shadow, and this one is my favorite one, is noticing how you talk about others. Notice how you judge others. That can be either people that you love, such as your family members, your mom. With the end of the year, you're gonna have a lot of homework and ways to find your shadows, because around our family is definitely where we wear a persona and we act differently. Or when your shadow plays really hard, we feel all those uncomfortable feelings and triggers, and it's a great time to pay attention. For example, you're gonna go have a dinner in the holidays. You sit in a dinner table with all your family members. Then your beautiful Uncle Bob, let's say, comes and say, hey, are you still doing the creative thing? Are you still making videos and posting on YouTube? In your mind, you might have that strong feeling like, God, he's so judgmental, so insecure, and so small-minded. Congratulations, you just met your shadow. What is happening there? First, projection. You are seeing in others what you refuse to see on yourself. The parts that you might be projecting on your Uncle Bob can be the fear of actually believing a little bit that your path is not really valid. Your own inner critic saying, oh my God, I'm so behind of what my family considers to be a professional person. Or maybe the hunger for approval, to be seen, to be understood, or even a suppressed rage by authority figures. Your psyche goes, I can't stand this part of me, so let me project everything on Uncle Bob. And the way you can do your shadow work, instead of asking why he's like this, and ask yourself, where am I like this? Am I afraid that can be true about me? Notice where you judge yourself as not enough. Where do you judge your creative path? And where do you crave for external permission instead of your self-trust? And how does the shadow work comes in that scenario? It's not praying for forgiveness or trying to delete that side of yourself that you notice that might think that Uncle Bob is correct, but actually listening to it. Noticing there is a side of you that maybe believes on what Uncle Bob said. And when you own it and tell yourself that, hey, I actually own it, that I might want the approval of Uncle Bob, and well, that's basically it. There's a side of me that is inside here that exists. Once you own it, that projection collapses and your Uncle Bob will lose all his superpowers. You're gonna look at your Uncle Bob as just a guy with a sweater with a lot of unsolved problems. And it's just that the next time that you are judging someone, ask yourself, what am I seeing in them that I'm not fully accepting inside of myself? The second tip I have for you about doing shadow work is to notice your automatic patterns. So for example, let's go back to the holiday. Everybody's in a dinner table just laughing about something that you don't think is funny at all. I'm not talking about a bad joke, but maybe a joke that doesn't match with your values or beliefs. If you usually wear the persona and laugh together just to be part of that collective, this can be one of those automatic patterns. Why not act different and just stay with the true and most honest feeling that you're having at the moment? If you force a laugh or try to explain yourself or just talk over that too much, or maybe you just wanted to be an ex-entertained, you are trying to cover up the uncomfortable truth that maybe you don't think that thing is funny. And the moment that you're just laughing just to cover it up, this is what is called a conditional survival pattern that you collect with you. That is the same that happens with me whenever I want to please someone or ask for a favor, because I'm a huge people pleaser, where I high pitch my voice and I try to basically say, oh, I'm so sorry, I don't want to bother you, but I just need to cross the store to get something that I forgot, that is just my water bottle. And my third tip on how you can work on your shadow is just to admit that secret stuff, the secret bad stuff that you don't want to tell yourself just because it makes you feel like you are a bad, evil person. For example, a part of me feels confused on purpose because I don't want to take a scary decision. A part of me resents people that set boundaries because I don't know how to set my own boundaries. A part of me prefers being needed than being loved. That's why I do all the chores in my house. A part of me uses kindness just to avoid conflict, not because I'm actually okay with things. Or maybe a part of me doesn't want people to succeed because you will trigger my own insecurities. Or maybe a part of me loves being misunderstood because it will excuse me to show up. A part of me feels busy because I cannot feel empty. A part of me doesn't want peace because chaos feels familiar. A part of me enjoys being right more than being connected. And the way that you can access those parts of you is asking this deep and important question. Go into whatever in your life is kind of broken, let's say relationships or the way you deal with money or your career, something that you feel like is not really right, and ask, why, not what or how, but why am I not deserving of X? And just go with the first answer that appears. For example, why am I not deserving of a better job? Oh, the first thing that appears is because I'm a loser, or because I don't know anything, or I'm not enough. Just whatever comes into your mind, write it down, because this is pure gold. Your ego will straight away tell you, if I'm admitting that, I'm a bad person. No, I cannot say that out loud. And your shadow is gonna tell you, okay, if you don't open up, I'm gonna keep running the show. Admitting those things doesn't make your shadow stronger. It's just gonna take the power to keep hiding. Whenever you have something hidden, it doesn't integrate to you, and that brings to self-sabotage. And the way that you fix that, again, is not judging, not repressing. It's just letting the shadow to be seen. And the fourth tip is look to all things where you try your harder to be good. Those are usually the places where you're using a lot of energy to use your persona and mask that up. For example, my partner loves whenever I'm cleaning the house. So I was just striving to be this person that was cleaning and doing exactly how she wanted. And every time I was looking for approval, and the more I looked for approval, the more she disapproved the way I was cleaning. And she was mirroring that energy by not approving. And when I noticed that, I was okay, let me bring the shadow that is hiding, bring it to the light and say it out loud and see what's going on, what's happening. So I came to my partner and I said, well, I clean the house in that specific way because I'm searching for approval. I'm not doing that for myself. I just want your approval. I just want you to like that. And when I brought that, two things happened. I noticed, I listened, and the next time I had to clean the house, I was doing in a way that was more true and authentic to myself. And also she stopped to come at me and say that she was approving or not, or liking or disliking. She was more neutral about it. The other great thing about noticing shadows if you are in a couple is that when you bring that to light with the couple, there's probably a couple dynamic happening around the shadow that you can integrate the shadow and stop the pattern together. And I strongly believe that working our shadow as a collective is really important. When we look to our collective shadows, is what is bringing to chaos, just wars, all the politic and disagreements. The stronger that our shadows get, the more we feel separate from one another, the more we judge, the more we project, and we create more Uncle Bob. Doing more of the shadow work will help you with self-awareness, with watching your triggers, all your emotional baggage, will help you to be a more honest person and also to create a better reality to yourself. You shouldn't try to cure our shadow, because our shadow is the one that cures us. Well, I hope this video was helpful in any shape or form. If you are interested in doing shadow work together, I'm gonna have a link available where you can schedule a one-on-one call. And well, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share with a friend that might need to hear about that. And I wish I can see you in the next video.